Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. There's been some exciting news for European players this week, with Konami Europe finally announcing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship 2022 for the EU, set to take place the weekend of August 19th to 21st in Antwerp, Belgium. Players will at last be able to book travel plans and hotels for a chance to visit not only the European Championships, but also the birth nation of the single greatest Yu-Gi tuber on the planet, Lithium 2300. Also this week is something that we can now officially refer to as the Konami Classic, stealth releasing a game with no warning and in select areas. Because just like Master Duel before it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel has gotten this stealth release. You may not remember this game that was announced literally a year ago in July of 2021, and I wouldn't blame you because I completely forgot about it too. It's an interesting four-for-all dueling game of sorts, with different lines connecting the players that you can move your monsters across, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like a janky and fun enough mess of a game, which is also true about Yu-Gi-Oh! So can't be bad in that regard. It is available on Android and iOS. Once again, that is in some regions only and not in others. So give it a peek if you're really curious. If nothing else, it offers a valid alternative to both Master Duels and the TCG's Sword, Soul, and Branded Shenanigans. So if those two decks aren't really to your taking, this might be a good alternative. There was a bunch of new reveals from Darkwing Blast this week, so buckle up because I have to do what no Yu-Gi-Oh! Player should be forced to do, and I now have to read through all these cards. I'll start with the lore support. Red Cartesia, the Virtuous, is the next piece of ALbaz lore, showing what happens to your child if you let it listen to too much emo music. Or if a character is corrupted by the lore. Both apply, really, I think we can all agree. It's a level 4 tuner with 1500 attack and defense. It can special summon itself from hand for free as long as you have Fallen of ALbaz either on your field or in your grave. And during the main phase, as a quick effect, can fusion summon a level 8 or higher fusion monster using cards from your hand or field as material. And just like the other Ecclesia update, this one has an end phase effect, being able to grab itself from grave to hand if a fusion monster was sent to the grave during that turn. It's another way to fusion summon for ALbaz decks, and it's a self-summoning tuner at that. I'm sure this will find a home in some decks, and when it's inevitably printed as a secret rare, I'm sure it will find home in just as many binders. Final Battle at Gondola is a continuous spell that is treated as the Sprigans field spell while on the field or in your grave. And once per turn, if a card you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can instead send an ALbaz fusion monster from the extra deck to the grave. And during the end phase, if ALbaz himself is on your field or in your grave, you can special summon a Sprigans monster from the hand or deck. This card being named Final Battle would seem to hint that the lore is finally beginning to wrap up, but that would ignore the fact that the lore never ends. Tri-Brigade Last Stand is another continuous spell that can add a banished Tri-Brigade monster to hand when a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster is special summoned. And after damage calc, if a Tri-Brigade battled an opponent's monster, you could bounce the opponent's monster. Seems solid enough. Each of them are once per turn, and the never-ending lore joke is also once per video. Ah, shit, now I gotta come up with another joke. Well, the artwork for this seems to be the front of ALbaz as he appears in the Sprigans card, kind of mirrored. More importantly, however, the rock in the background of this card looks like a penis. Comedy. Fans of Table 500 decks can rejoice as Prediction Princess and Ninjas both got support in this set as well. Prediction Princess Bibliomuse is a level 9 flip effect monster that if flipped will add a Prediction Princess monster other than a copy of itself and any ritual spell from deck to hand. If it's tributed and sent to the grave, it can special summon itself in face down defense position, and just for icing on the cake, while it's face up on the field, it makes your ritual monsters untargetable and indestructible by the opponent's card effects. Gotta make flip monsters good. Nether Prediction Princess Tarotreath? Sure. Is another level 9, but this one's a flip effect ritual monster that can be summoned using any Prediction Princess ritual spell, and after that, only by the original Prediction Princess ritual. If flip face up, it can special summon any flip monster from your deck in face down defense, and has a quick effect to either change any number of your set monsters to face up defense, or to change any of your face up monsters to face down defense. Their new ritual spell can summon any Prediction Princess ritual from your hand or grave, and it can do so in either face up attack or face down defense, and has the usual tribute monsters from hand or field to meet the level requirement. During the standby phase, if you control a Prediction Princess ritual, you can banish itself to special any non-ritual Prediction Princess from the deck in face down defense position. All of these seem like they're pretty damn solid for the deck, and they showcase beautifully how good flip support has to be in order to still lose horribly to any tier 2 deck. Don't get me wrong, dope to see a love for an old-ish deck, but my god, have flip effects been eclipsed by time. But what about the ninjas, I hear you ask? They got a whole bunch of support. Sky Ninja Tobari can't be destroyed by a battle or card effect that turn it specialed or flipped face up, and can be sent from hand to grave to special any ninja from the hand or grave in either face up or face down defense. It can also quick effect fusion summon a ninja fusion monster during the opponent's main or battle phase using materials from the hand or field. Oh yeah, fusion and flip support for the ninjas. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Insect Ninja Mitsu can special summon itself from a hand if you control a ninja or a set monster. It also has a quick effect when the opponent activates a monster effect to target a set monster you control and change it to face up defense. Then it will set itself, and if the first monster you flipped up with this effect is a ninja, you will negate the opponent's effect. What a long-winded and convoluted way to just say negate. Beast Ninja Baku is the best Ninja Baku because it's a dog. Hell yeah, brother. What the dog doing? If added to the hand, except by drawing it, it can special summon itself, and if special summoned or flip face up, can target a ninja or ninjutsu art card in your grave or face up in the spell and trap zone and add it to your hand. I personally will be getting one copy of this card for the cute binder. And okay, I said that. Musket Ninja Kagero, if summoned or flip face up, can summon a ninja from your hand or grave in face down defense except a copy of itself, and when the opponent activates a card or effect that targets a ninja or set monster you control while this is in your grave, it can quick effect set itself on the field to bounce the targeted card back to your hand. If you think this one is underwhelming, just say that to their face. They've got a gun. War Ninja Minsen is their fusion boss monster with a big boy 2500 attack. Wow. It needs any two ninjas with different types and must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing the above materials from the field. It lets your ninjas attack directly, cannot be targeted for attacks while you have a set monster, and when the opponent activates a card or effect, you can summon a ninja from your deck in either face up or face down defense. All once per turn, all pretty good, and why is it a link to in disguise? Novel Ninjutsu Art Book is a quick play spell that if the opponent controls a card, lets you set a ninjutsu art spell or trap and or a ninja monster up to one from the deck and one from the grave except for a copy of itself. And if it's sent to the grave while it's set, it lets you Book of Moon a monster. It's a ninja e-telly. This is what we in the business call good. Ninjutsu art equipment Kanamagura is an equipped spell that treats the equipped monster as a ninja and will give it 500 attack. It'll let you banish a ninja from your grave to target and pop a card on the field, and if it's sent to the grave while set, it targets a banished ninja and will either add it to your hand or set it to your field. I guess it's a pop. Ninjutsu Art of Fallen Leaves Dance is a continuous trap that is activated by targeting a ninja or set monster on your field, tributing it, and if you do, summons a ninja from the deck, but when this card leaves the field, the summoned monster will be sent to the grave. So no looping it with the dog's bouncing effect, which is what we in the business call lame. Also, if it's face up, it can target a continuous ninjutsu art spell or trap in your spell and trap zone to return it to your hand. So I guess it at least lets you recycle your other ones. Copium. All in all, it's funny to see them trying to tie together all of Ninja's like 8 different means of support it's received over the years. There's flip effects, there's trying to summon different types of monsters from the deck like they got in like 2010-ish, and now we have fusion summoning too. Wild. Either way, they did get a dog, which means that it's the best support in the entire set. But don't you worry, because flip monsters, ritual monsters, and black wings aren't the only things getting support in Darkwing Blast, so are adventure decks and Splight. The meta never leaves, with adventure decks getting 2 new cards revealed. Spirit Vessel Thessia is a level 4 that can summon itself from hand to field if you have an Adventurer token, and can reveal a card in hand that mentions Adventurer token to add any normal spell from deck to hand that mentions Adventurer tokens. But doing so locks you to only special summoning Adventure tokens or cards that mention them specifically if you use that effect. And that's a real lock right there, not one of those after you use this for the rest of the turn type locks. If you special summon anything that isn't an adventure monster before activating that effect, you don't get to activate that effect that turn. Erematir, the forbidden spell, is a new continuous spell with 2 effects. Ooh. The first is to summon an adventurer token to either player's field and then send a card from your hand to your grave. And if you do, it's got the same adventurer summon lock that Thessia does, meaning only adventurers for the turn. Its other effect is to summon an adventurer token to either side of the field if a monster you control is destroyed by either battle or card effect. Why would you want to give the opponent an adventurer token? I don't know, I guess to shut off Imperm? Mind you, this is support for a whole actual archetype, and not just the 5 cards that have shown up in the meta over the last couple of months. So maybe all those other cards actually do things that work better with an opponent's monster? Who knows? I haven't read them and neither of you. What I do know is that they seem to have decided to not make the deck be generic anymore by giving both these cards hard locks to prevent them from being splashed. To which I only have one thing to say. Good. You know what's not good though? Or at least for some of you? Splight Support! They're getting a new Link 2 that needs any 2 monsters, including a level, link, or rank 2 as materials. It can't be used as a link material the turn it's summoned, and it can only use one of its effects once per turn. If link summoned, it can foolish any level 2 monster, or its other effect, if another monster is special summoned while it's on the field, you can detach a material from one of your monsters to target and bounce 1 card on the field. That looks like it's gonna be annoying, but it also looks goofy as shit, so I like them. Splight Double Cross is their new trap card that targets 1 monster on the field or in the grave to then activate one of 3 effects. You can either attach it to a rank 2 monster you control. If it's an opponent's card, it can place it in your zone a link 2 monster points to and take control of it. Or if it's in their graveyard, you can summon it to a zone your link 2 points to. Yeah, this one's gonna be annoying as shit. Fuck it, quick effect Snatch Steal for the tier 1 deck. Why the hell not? Fuck tier elements, fuck Splight. My toad is going to die. Moving on from our soon-to-be Overlord, there's a handful of singles that have been revealed as well. Soul Scissors is a level 2 fiend that can summon itself from the grave if a monster on field is destroyed and sent to the grave. If summoned from the grave, it'll pop a monster the opponent controls, and if summoned by its effect, it's banished when it leaves the field. Is it a cute Splight tech of sorts? Or is it a fantastic opportunity for the TCG to name it Swole Scissors? Those are some beefcake arms right there, let me tell ya. Infernal Salmon King also got legacy support of all cards in this set as well, with Infernal Queen Salmon, a level 5 that if normal or special summoned can special summon a normal fish from your hand, deck, or grave. And if it's destroyed by battle or card effect while in its owner's possession, can summon any number of Vile Spawn Salmon tokens, which are all level 1 fish monsters with donuts for attack and defense. With the legendary Ocean, this could theoretically be a normal summoned 2600 monster to crash into an opponent's monster to turn itself into 5 tokens for link abuse. You shouldn't do that, but you could, and also I'm a liar because you should. I want to see someone do that. Maybe I'll do that, who knows. And most interestingly is a new Link 4, here to break link summoning like Zodiac did for the Xyz mechanic. World Ocean Dragon Zealantis. You can only control one of this guy, and only use each effect once per turn. During the main phase, you can banish as many monsters on the field as possible, then special summon as many monsters banished by this effect to their owner's field in either face-up attack, face-up defense, or as a set monster. and during the battle phase, can quick effect pop cards on the field up to the number of co-linked monsters on the field. All very solid effects. But do you want to know why it's really good? Its link materials are 1 or more effect monsters. Yeah, you can just turn any link 4 in the game into this one for free, like it's a link 1. I'm told if you're under some sort of lock, the monsters returned by this card's effect are also held to the lock as well. So if you can only summon fiend monsters or water monsters for the rest of the turn, and then you banished a bunch of your monsters and a bunch of the opponent's monsters, if they aren't fiend or water or whatever your lock is in, they don't come back and they just stay banished. So Unchained and Marincess can probably make good use of this somehow, I'm sure. Let the power creep flow, I say. We need more free link 4s to wipe boards and let you reuse any and all soft once per turn effects. God, this thing sounds dummy good on paper. I cannot wait to see if it can live up to the hype. We also got the Green Ninja Vjump promo effect revealed. Oh boy. Green Ninja can summon itself from hand if a monster is special summoned to your field by targeting the special summoned monster and flipping it face down. And if sent from field to grave, can target a monster on the field and change it to either face-up attack or face-down defense. Each effect is once per turn, and this hilariously can set a monster and flip it on the same turn by using both of its effects. Ooh, truly this will break the ninja support right into tier 0 dominance. Copium. In merch news, we got some announcements for new figures from Mega House or Mega Hobby. Blue Eyes White Dragon, Insect Queen, and Red Eyes Black Dragon all getting figures announced. A proto of the Blue Eyes was seen at Anime Expo, as well as a picture of the Insect Queen model. Exciting stuff for fans of dragons and queens. I want to buy them, but I also do not have room for them anywhere in my life. Or wallet. More importantly for merch news is the new playmat of Rescue Animals, being offered as a prize for the July 2022 Remote Duel Extravaganza, the weekend of July 22nd to the 24th. Looks like your boy needs to call into work to forego an entire week's pay for the chance to win what is probably at most a $100 playmat tops. In community news, 2 huge pieces of drama news this week, as I choose now to launch the discount Yu-Gi-Oh! Keemstar show. First, drama on Twitter, as Triff Gaming started just tweeting about toxic masculinity right on America's birthday. The tweets in question, the topic and replies were handled exactly as you could expect from Yu-Gi-Oh! Players on Twitter, but not really, because there seemed to be no real outrage, just a case of misunderstandings that can in no way be blamed on Twitter's character limit whatsoever. The other big piece of news that is drama is me lying from last week when I said I don't care to report on drama. Good God, what is wrong with me? Could it be that I no longer care to make a forced progression series meme week after week after week? No. Moving on, YouTuber the ActMan is in the news for something not related to a demonetized channel this week. That's right, he's in the news in this video for tweeting out that he may be making a video about Yu-Gi-Oh! Soon because of how good it is, which I agree with. And more players are always welcome, so him making a video about the topic and drawing more eyes to the game, and by proxy my channel, are always welcome. And so that wraps it up for this week's update. As always, I'm your host Craig Fee, and make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for next week's update, and so that you too can become a true duelist.